What's up guys, my name is Gabe with the Half Cent team, and in this video I'll be doing a breakdown on my post-patch Infinite Minigun build. I've been using this build since the first day of the full release and I love it. The premise of this build is to use the Technomancer's Tool of Destruction minigun and basically get infinite ammo and health regen. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go over the gear first, starting with weapons. Now for this build, your weapon type isn't super important, so you can run whatever weapon type you want. The only part of your weapon choice that matters is the weapon mod Perpetual Mobile. This mod is key to making this build work. As you can see, I have it on all three weapons just in case. If you have a weapon out that doesn't have Perpetual Mobile on it, you can't get infinite ammo. Now let's discuss your armor. In order to get the most out of this build, you'll have to go full anomaly bonus with every piece. Having skill life leech on some pieces of armor is important, but because it will keep you alive. Now the mods on your armor will make or break this build, so let's go over the absolutely necessary mods you need first. Massacre Gear mod is the most important gear mod for how I run this build. What this mod will do for you is if you can burn down a group of trash mobs quickly enough, this will make your damage per round increase, making it easier to burn through elites and keep infinite ammo going. The Bang for Your Buck gear mod is the second most important gear mod in this build. What this mod does is double the amount of ammo you get with the minigun, giving you more time that you can spray without worrying about getting that ammo resetting kill. The third most important gear mod is Fortify. This mod is going to make your survivability skyrocket by adding an astounding amount of armor to this build. The next three gear mods I'm going to recommend for this build are Captain Hunter, Radical Therapy, and Armor Reduction, in that order. The Captain Hunter mod is going to increase your damage to elites by 25% to help you mow down bigger enemies faster. Radical Therapy mod is going to increase your damage, the damage you do to enemies inflicted with Toxic by 15%, which isn't a crazy amount up front, but the way this build can ramp up, that 15% can make a big difference. Lastly is the gear mod Armor Reduction. What this does is cause the Blighted Turret to reduce every enemy it hits with Toxic armor by 30%. This will further help you get through some of the bigger enemies you'll face in the endgame. Those 7 gear mods are the ones needed to make this build work the way I play it. The other 3 gear mod slots are interchangeable, so feel free to mix and match. I use the mods Mitigation of Death, Reign of Pain, and Move Group. I prefer using the Reign of Pain mod because I like to use the Pain Launcher skill to do massive damage to elites and bosses when I burn through all the trash mobs, which brings us to the skills I will use with this build. The first and most important skill is Tool of Destruction. Without this skill, this build doesn't make much sense, so don't forget to equip it. Next is the Blighted Turret skill. This works in tandem with the skill tree selections I've made to maximize the damage output of this build. For the third skill, I have Pain Launcher. As I said before, this is my preference because it helps me knock out the elites faster, saving my minigun ammo for a pinch. Now let's talk about the skill tree choices I've made for this build. The most important parts are the anomaly filled nodes. This build relies heavily on anomaly power, so more anomaly power is always better. Next is the nodes Exposing Toxin. Marked for Execution, Adrenalizing Antenna, Team Player, and Tech Bomb. Exposing Toxin is going to apply vulnerability to every enemy the Blighted Turret hits with Toxic, and Marked for Execution is going to make Vulnerable 40% more effective. Adrenalizing Antenna is going to give you and your allies a 30% boost in anomaly power for 10 seconds every time you activate Blighted Turret. The Team Player node decreases the damage you and your allies take from elites by 10%, and the Tech Bond node gives you a 50% bonus to anomaly power for 10 seconds whenever you use ordnance skills, which is why I use the Pain Launcher. The rest of my skill tree choices are just nodes that I thought went well with this build that got me closer to the nodes I really needed. If you enjoyed this build breakdown, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay up to date on our latest tutorial and farming methods. If you want further help running this build, check out some of my other videos and the best strategy for this build and what expedition levels are good for farming. Thanks.